This game was one of those that originally flew way under my radar, or to be exact, I never really saw advertisement, and the fact it came out shortly in 2004 here in the US, barely 8 months after Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends. So believe me when I say this, I was really shocked to see my friend call me, telling me to come over and check this game out he just rented from Hollywood Video called Samurai Warriors. Basically a spin-off game of Dynasty Warriors set during that Japanese Warring States period. While I was still finishing up Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends, all I can say is I was hooked on this series too.
Skipping an identity, you are, boy.
Look, I'll get to it eventually. Look, it's Samurai Warriors on it.
This one I like. Continue.
So this game, like future Samurai Warrior titles, was planned to be darker and grim to set the mood for Nobunaga's time and power, etc. It does have mini-cut scenes that are, well, pretty grim. But before we go on, a note of interest is Electronic Arts EA was involved in this series as the main distributor for its initial Western release in the mid-2000s. Interesting, right? Every time I'd boot this game to see their logo was shocking to see. Anywho, unlike Dynasty Warriors 4, this game keeps the weapon drops from various generals, not the level up system currently in Dynasty Warriors 4. You can get rid of duplicates and whatnot. Another difference from Dynasty Warriors is throughout a map, various missions will appear offering upon successful completion, extra experience and gold. There's a lot of these missions for character specific story levels, so yeah, good luck completing them. But you want to do as many as you can to add more experience to level your characters to get those ability points that allow you to buy various abilities, skills to boost their stats, speed, health, recovery, etc. There's a lot of these and they act as active passives unlike Dynasty Warriors 8, which you can only have 4 skills equipped at one time. To top this off, you have items you can equip to further strengthen your characters. Honestly, it makes your characters so OP, and to top it off, getting their ultimate weapons, which are just as challenging as Dynasty Warriors and have to be completed at hard difficulty. Due to this, you'll probably be playing on hard or higher for most of the time to get what Lubu calls a decent challenge as your characters get maxed. Speaking of characters, this one has a small roster of 15 characters, but their movesets are all well designed and feel pretty good to play. Granted, this was the first in the series, so it was normal to have a smaller roster. We of course get Nobunaga, but we also get Hanzo, Yukimura, and Kanochi? I'm pretty sure that's just the general term for female ninja, who is Yukimura's fictional female ninja. Okay, I'll take it, I love her moveset. And each of the 15 characters have their own story mode like Dynasty Warriors 5, even having a branching path into what if territory. This game would also, unlike Dynasty Warriors, would have unique NPC models for Ieyasu, Hideyoshi, and Nagamasa, etc. They would use the generic officer spear or sword movesets, but would have unique dubs and most time if not be playable in future installments, probably due to their basic model array being in these games. This would continue with each installment. Some would become playable with new weapons and movesets, while previous generic NPCs would get the unique model look, always hinting at future inclusion in the cast.
A sad beginning leads to a sad ending. Boy, were you not ready?
Of course not, okay? Though similar to the main series, it's vastly different.
Cute, that is. Booty will be feasted by eye.
No, you're not gonna spread my booty like that.
All the way. Release a ninja seal. Butt cuts everywhere. Happy will I be.
Right. Guess what? We have Create a Warrior in this game too, but it's kind of dumbed down compared to Dynasty Warriors 4. Yeah, you have to choose one of several NPC models, name them, and you have to do these training session mini games to help develop your stats and choose your main weapon at the end. It's fine, but this could honestly just be removed and just have me choose the weapon and have predetermined stats. Worst part is, if you fail the final mission, you have to do all of these months of training again. I will, however, give credit where credit is due. One of these training sessions did confirm that you can deflect arrows and bullets back by timing your swings during gameplay. I saw this in battle a few times but wasn't sure if it was my imagination, but this is an amazing feature. As much as having a dodge roll. Yeah, this game includes a dodge roll, allowing you to get out of an attack or stop being stuck between enemies. Very useful. Then we have Musou. Normally you would hold the Musou button to keep swinging. Once let go, you would end it. Here, however, you can still move around in case the enemy is blocking and even use your basic attack during it, just in case you're one of those characters that has a terrible Musou. Goemon, looking at you, buddy. And of course, we can't forget the music. So many of these songs are buried into my mind, including Yukimura's first battle in this story, which I would not attempt to pronounce, but trust me, when you hear it, you will never forget the intensity of it. One thing also to add, several battles will have 2 parts, the battlefield and a castle level, which loaded separately. climb several floors, avoiding traps, and face the leader. Unfortunately, it's a cool idea. If you die anytime during the second part, means you have to do the whole battle portion again unless you have an interim save. And some characters have just a castle-specific stage, and honestly, let's be honest, most of the time these castle stages aren't great. Of course, this game also has 2 players, hence my friend inviting me over. The biggest difference here with 2 players is you share a Musou bar. Basically, one fills the left side and one charges the right side. Once they meet in the middle, either player can trigger your Musou regardless if the other player needed it or not. This was surprisingly a great feature because if one player was getting destroyed, it would help them escape. Of course, you can waste it and screw the other player too, but it was an interesting feature nonetheless. Of course, we can't forget the extra modes like Survive or Challenge mode. Who really played Challenge mode? No, the main mode besides Story and Free was Abyss mode. Descend the castle as far as you could go to make it to the bottom and you will face Lu Bu from Dynasty Warriors? Damn, that's a cool Easter egg. And to top it off, this would be the first game in any Warriors game to include 3 factions on the field. Well, it mostly happens in Musamune's story, but it's crazy to see your faction being represented by blue, the main enemy being red, and finally the third faction being yellow. It's cool to see. I would never own this game during my teenage years thanks to Dynasty Warriors 4 and Extreme Legends, but would rent it a lot. I thoroughly enjoyed this spin-off and glad it would continue to get new installments for years to come, and of course introducing me to another part of history, dabbing Japan's warring states period. I would of course keep an eye on this new series for years to come as well.